Useless. Stop freeloading in my house. He didn't shout it. That's what messed with me the most. No yelling, no scene. Just flat, like he was bored saying it. And somehow, that made it worse. The fork in my hand froze halfway to my mouth. Someone dropped a glass, just a quick, sharp crack, and then nothing. No one laughed. No one stepped in. They just kept eating. I sat there, staring at my plate like maybe I imagined it, like maybe I heard it wrong. But when I looked up, Jason was already leaning back in his chair, one arm over it like he owned the whole room, like what he said was normal. And the part that really got me, no one corrected him, not my mom, not my aunt, not even his own son. I didn't say anything either, not right away. Yeah, I know. That sounds weak. Honestly, maybe it was. My name is Madeline Brooks, 28 years old. I bought that house 3 years ago, put down $85,000 myself. Every payment, every bill, every stupid thing that breaks when you own a place in Phoenix, I handled it. And still, sitting there, at my own table, I felt like I was the one who didn't belong. Jason reached for another drink. Didn't even look at me. Move, he said. Quieter now. That's my seat. I didn't move. Not yet. Jason didn't wait. You hear me or what he said, tapping the table. Don't just sit there like that. I kept my hands on my plate. Didn't move. Didn't look at him. My mom tried. Soft. Jason. Just, it's dinner. He shrugged. Yeah, in my house. There it was again. I felt it building, that tight pressure in my chest. I wasn't even planning to say anything. Honestly, I just wanted the night to end, but it came out anyway. I bought this house. I said, too calm. Even to me. Jason laughed. No, you didn't. You couldn't even afford rent back then. I nodded once. I saved. I put down $85,000. The mortgage is in my name. He shook his head like I was being ridiculous. You pay some bills. Maddie, that doesn't mean anything. Some bills. I pay all of them, I said. Every month. My aunt shifted. My mom stared at her hands like she'd find something there. Jason leaned in closer. Then why am I the one everyone listens to? He said, why does this feel like my place? That hit. Not because it was true, because no one corrected him, not even her. I glanced around the table. Same faces, same quiet. I swear. Something smelled burnt for a second. I set my fork down. You really believe that I said. And this time, I looked straight at him, didn't look away. Jason didn't answer right away. He just stared at me, like I'd said something out of line. Then he smiled. Slow, ugly. Yeah, he said. I do. He pushed his chair back a little, stretched his legs out, and you're still sitting in my spot. I didn't move. He leaned forward again, voice dropping just enough to sound worse. Don't make this weird. Maddie, just move. I could feel everyone watching without looking, that quiet pressure, like they were waiting for me to give in so dinner could go back to normal. My mom cleared her throat. Madeline, honey, just sit over here, she said, tapping the empty chair beside her. There it was, not even pretending anymore. I let out a small breath. My fingers tightened around the edge of the table. No, I said. Jason blinked. Just once. Then he laughed. You serious right now, he said. You really think you run anything here? I didn't answer. Ethan, his kid, shifted beside him, muttering under his breath. Dad, just drop it. Jason shot him a look. Stay out of it. I stood up slowly. Not to move. Just to stand. And yeah, I could feel it. The shift. Small, but it was there. Jason watched me stand like he expected me to give in. Good, he said. Go sit somewhere else. I didn't. I stepped away from the table instead. Slow. No rush. My aunt frowned. Madeline, where are you going? Give me a second, I said. My voice sounded steady. Too steady. Like it didn't belong to me. I walked behind the chairs, past Jason, past my mom. I stopped behind Ethan first. My hand rested on his shoulder before I even thought about it. He looked up. You okay? Yeah, I said. I think I am. I don't even know why I did it. I leaned down and kissed the top of his head. Quick. Soft. Jason shifted. What are you doing? I didn't answer. I moved to the next kid, then the next. One by one. Love you, I said quietly. Every time. Maybe I just needed someone in that room who didn't look at me like I didn't belong. My mom stood halfway up. Madeline. Stop. You're making a scene. A scene. I almost laughed. I straightened and looked back at the table. Everyone was watching now. No pretending. Jason scoffed. You done almost, I said. I picked up my bag. My fingers found the envelope inside. Thick, slightly bent. I pulled it out. Jason's eyes followed it. What's that supposed to be? He said. I stepped back to him. Set it down in front of his plate. Go ahead, I said. Open it. Jason didn't touch it at first. He looked at the envelope like it was a joke he didn't feel like playing along with. Seriously? He said. You brought paperwork to dinner. Open it, I said. My voice didn't change. He clicked his tongue, then grabbed it, ripping the top open like he wanted to prove something. Papers slid out. He flipped through them fast at first. Too fast, then slower. Then he stopped. The air shifted. I could hear the ceiling fan above us, just a low, steady hum I'd never noticed before. Jason frowned. What is this? He said. Read it, I said again. He scoffed, but his eyes were already moving across the page. Mortgage statement, he muttered. Okay, and keep going. His jaw tightened. Property title, he said, then louder, like it would fix something. So what? So read the name, I said. He didn't answer. Didn't need to. My mom leaned forward slightly. Jason, what does it say? He flipped the page like it offended him. This doesn't mean anything, he said. Anyone can print something like this. Second page, I said. County records. Public file. He hesitated, just for a second. Then he looked. And this time, he didn't speak right away. I watched it happen, right there. The moment it clicked, not loud, not dramatic, just quiet. Ethan leaned in a little. Dad. Jason pulled the papers back toward him, like someone might take them. This is fake, he said, but it came out thinner. It's not, I said. My aunt shifted in her chair. Madeline, is that true? I didn't look at her. I bought this house, I said. 3 years ago. Down payment. $85,000. Every payment since. Jason let out a short laugh. But it didn't land. You're lying, he said. I nodded once. Then check it, I said. Everything's public. He stared at me now, not relaxed anymore, not leaning back, just staring. And for the first time that night, he didn't look like he owned anything. Jason dropped the papers like they burned him. This doesn't change anything, he said, louder now. I've been living here. I pay here. You pay utilities. I said, around $500 a month. That's not ownership. He laughed again, but it didn't sound right. Wow, you've been keeping score this whole time. No, I said. I've been paying. My mom finally looked up. Madeline, why didn't you say anything before I almost laughed? I did, I said. Just not like this. Jason pointed at me. You're trying to embarrass me. No, I said. You did that yourself. His jaw tightened. "Don't talk to me like that," he snapped. "You think a piece of paper makes you better than me?" I shook my head. "I don't think I'm better," I said. "I think I'm the one who owns the house." That hit. He turned to my mom. "Say something," he said. "You're just gonna let her kick me out." She hesitated. "Too long?" "I'm not kicking you out," I said. He smirked. "See, I almost stopped there. Honestly, part of me wanted to, but I didn't. I'm giving you time," I said. The words came out before I fully thought them through. The smirk disappeared. For what he said. I met his eyes. To figure out where you're going to live next. Silence again. Different now. Heavier. He leaned forward. "You really think I'm leaving?" I didn't answer. I just stood there. And held it. I didn't argue with him after that. Honestly, I stopped explaining anything. The next morning, I called the service company. "Hi, I need to downgrade my plan," I said. "Just basic internet. No extras." The guy on the line paused. "You sure you'll lose high speed?" "I know," I said. "That's fine. By noon." It was done. That night, Jason was already complaining. "What the hell is this?" he said, staring at the TV. "Why is nothing loading?" I kept my eyes on my laptop. "Internet's been changed," I said. "Changed to what trash basic plan?" I said. "It's cheaper." He laughed, sharp. "You're cutting corners now. I'm adjusting what I pay for," I said. He stood there for a second. "Then, you serious right now?" I didn't answer. Next day, I replaced the lock on my office door. Jason noticed immediately. "You lock that now," he said, rattling the handle. "Since when? Since today? You hiding something?" "Yes," I said. That threw him off. He stepped back, watching me differently. "You're being petty," he said. "Maybe," I said. But I kept going. Cable gone. Streaming accounts logged out. Anything under my name reset. Legal. All of it. Ethan caught me in the kitchen later. "He's losing it," he said quietly. "I know," I said. He nodded once. "About time," he muttered. I leaned against the counter, listening to Jason yelling in the other room when the screen froze again. Yeah, that wasn't even the real move. Not yet. I didn't catch it all at once. It started small, a notification I didn't recognize. Then another. I remember sitting in my car, phone in my hand, just staring at the number. $18,000. Not mine. I called the bank. "Ma'am, this line of credit has been active for over 2 years, the woman said. Payments have been inconsistent. Inconsistent how I said, missed, late, then minimum. My grip tightened around the phone. I didn't open that. There was a pause. Then you may be a victim of identity fraud. I already knew. I just didn't want to say his name out loud yet. I didn't confront Jason. Not then. Instead, I called someone else. Daniel Harper, he said when he picked up. "I need help," I said. Someone used my name, my social, opened a line of credit. "Do you know who he asked?" "Yeah," I said. "I do." Another pause. Then we move carefully. He said, "Don't confront him yet. We document everything first." I wasn't planning to. I said, and I meant it. Over the next few weeks, Daniel handled it. We filed disputes, pulled full records, tracked every transaction tied to my name. The debt didn't disappear. It stayed where it was. But now I had it every statement, every missed payment, every signature tied back to him. Everything I needed. Jason kept acting like nothing changed, still loud, still careless, still thinking I didn't know. I watched him one night, laughing at something on his phone, completely relaxed. The smell of cheap beer hung in the air. That's when it hit me. He didn't just take space in my house. He used my name like it was his. And I let him believe I hadn't noticed. Not yet. Dinner again. Same table, same chairs, different air. Jason started before anyone even sat down. "You done playing landlord yet?" he said, dropping into his seat. "Internet's still trash, by the way." I set my plate down. "Sit." My mom said too quick. He smirked. "See." Even she, I placed the second folder in the middle of the table. Not hard, just there. He glanced at it, then at me. "What?" "Now," he said. "More fake papers." "Open it," I said. He didn't. "Jason," my aunt said quietly. "Just look." He rolled his eyes, grabbed it, flipped it open. First page, fast. Second page, slower. Third. He stopped. "What is this?" he said. "Read it," I said. His jaw tightened. Ethan leaned in. "Dad," Jason snapped the folder halfway shut. "This is bullshit," he said. "I never." "You opened a line of credit in my name," I said. 2 years ago, about $18,000. Missed payments, late fees. My mom looked between us. "Jason," he pointed at me. "You're twisting things. I was gonna pay it back. You didn't," I said. He shook his head, louder now. "You wouldn't actually do anything with this," he said. "You don't have the guts." That one almost made me laugh. I slid the folder closer. "Those are the records," I said. "Bank statements, dispute filings, everything tied to you." He frowned. "So what?" "You think this scares me?" I met his eyes. "No," I said. "This gives you a choice." Silence. "You leave tonight," I said. "And I don't file for fraud." No one moved. Jason turned to my mom. "Say something." She didn't. Not this time. He looked back at me. And just like that, he ran out of things to say. Jason didn't argue. Not really. He stood there for a second, like he was waiting for something to save him. Then he grabbed his keys. Slow, like they weighed more than they should. "This isn't over," he said. I nodded once. "It is for me." He looked at my mom. She didn't move. He let out a breath. Sharp. Then walked past me. No slam. No scene. Just gone. The door clicked. That was it. My mom sat down slowly. "Madeline," she said, but didn't finish. "I'm not doing this again." I said, quiet, clear. She nodded. Small. Like she finally heard me. A week later. The house felt different. Not fixed. Just quieter. I sat at the table again. Same seat. No one asked me to move. I still catch myself listening for his voice sometimes, like it might come back. It doesn't. Honestly, I used to think power meant winning. It doesn't. Sometimes it's just deciding you're done and not taking it back.